What's up, everybody? It's your girl Shadé of Kaiso Tribe coming to you live with Nikki G, the voice on a table talk show.
Table
Keep
Talk
it
is
locked
now in
in.
session. Now in session. Now in session.
Hello.
Hey, how are you doing?
I'm well. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing fine, thank you. You look
Thank
nice
you so much.
and cozy.
Because my roommate loves to have the air on. I'm like, I know we in Florida, people, but come on.
That's how I feel right now. Like, I just had a, there was like a slight accident in the room. So now the heat is, and I'm in New York. So, it's freezing. I don't usually have on sweaters.
You know what? I'm not even going to complain anymore. I'm good.
I'm in a room that's so cold. Before we said we were fine, we didn't need the heat, but now that it's nighttime, you feel it.
Oh
Yeah.
my God. No. See, I had to move out of the cold. I was like, Mom, Dad, love y'all so much. I got to go. I don't know why y'all decided to move to Delaware. First it was New York. Okay, cool. But then
Yeah.
y'all bring me to experience Trinidad, and now we go to Delaware. Oh, what's this? This?
How was it living in Delaware? I mean, besides the
Boring?
coldness, besides the coldness.
I will say boring, but I'll say this. It is a great state if you are looking to start a family or just like, it's a very family oriented state. But
Oh,
as you're growing up, you're getting into like your young adulthood, 18, 19, 20. Once I graduated, because I graduated from Delaware State University. Once I graduated from college, I'm looking around, I'm like, it's
what
not
is
much
there
for me to
to
do
do?
here because all the parties are out of state. They're in Philly. You could go to New York. You could go to DC, Baltimore. So now they're starting to bring some more things for the young people because there's more young professionals moving in specifically to the city of Wilmington. But
Hmm,
it just wasn't a lot to do. I will say though, it is definitely improved, especially Dover.
really?
Dover was where I went to school. Very, I guess you could say country, even though it's not really country yet, because you ain't
Mm.
seen country until you go way further down south in Delaware, even though the state's
Uh,
only about like 2 miles long. But,
uh.
but, oh my God, what was I gonna say? Oh, yes, Dover, Delaware, they have some more things now as well. Like the kids at Del State, all we had was Chipotle across the street and Acme. Now
That's
the
it?
that's it. And this was 2015 to 2019. All you have across the street was Chipotle, or if you want to be on campus, you have a Express Chick-fil-A until your credits run out. Then you're stuck with the calf food. But that's it. Now the kids got Starbucks, they got Dunkin' Donuts in the dorm. When I heard they did that, I was like, do I need to re-enroll? Can I redo
Wow.
my because we didn't have this.
Sounds like fun. But I love
Y'all,
Chick-fil-A.
you know what? I got tired of Chick-fil-A because
Nice.
we ate it so much.
After a while. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think that there's one that my job used to always order, not to put down any organization or anything like that, but they would order it every week. It's the same thing, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Now when I see it, I don't want it because I ate it
Exactly.
so much. It started off really good. The burger and fries was, it was okay or whatever.
Eh,
But that was during the pandemic, and they would order food for us. We didn't have to order any food. If we wanted to, we bring our own food. But other than that, they would order food for us. We didn't have to worry about those things. They paid for transportation. They tried to make everything simple.
that's so nice.
But I don't eat from there again.
It's too much. It's
Yeah,
too much.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It was too repetitive.
My dog is like, Mother, you're talking to the magical box again, and you're not talking to me because I work from
Oh,
home. So I talk on Zoom all day long. He's like, hold on, this supposed to be my time. Colton, go to bed, please. Yeah, go to bed.
oh, what type of pup is it?
He is a hound thinking mixed with the Rottweiler. So
Ah,
yeah, I would turn my background off, but I'm not gonna hold you. My room kind of messy. So yeah,
but we
he's
can't
literally just
see it, so.
he's looking at me like bed. What is bed? Bed? I don't know that word. I don't know that word at all. But yeah, he's a big goofball. He sings and
Uh-huh.
um
Sings, you
and yeah,
say?
he sings. He sings. He loves Imagine Dragons. Maroon 5
What?
specifically moves like Jagger. I found all this out on accident. I adopted him from the shelter. Scrolling through TikTok, all of a sudden I hear, "Ooh." I'm like, you
No,
can do
you're lying.
this?
Do you
I
have a
had to.
video of that?
Yes, I have so many videos. And lately, okay, the one that I did teach him to sing to, because I saw it kind of perked his ears up a little bit,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
was Euphoria by Kendrick Lamar. Specifically in the transition
Ah.
portion where he goes, shoo, shoo, beep, 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 beep. He's looking at me now like, huh? Are you singing the
But
thing? And
how?
he'll go, ooh.
That is
He's a
funny.
character.
I'm now kind of getting over a cold, so I still have a little sniffles and all that stuff. So,
It is all right. It is
Uh-huh.
all right.
All right. So let's get into it because I don't know if you were informed, it's 2 hours long, but it goes
Okay.
really fast. I thought you froze there. It's like, no, 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 not 2 hours.
No, 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 no. I am good. I'm glad that I took him out then. He's just
Oh,
gonna
good.
he's fine. He sleeps all day. So he'll
Yeah.
figure it out once I stop giving him all the attention. I think he also smells my I I came back from Trinidad recently and I brought home some biscuit.
No!
That was
That
my
heated me up.
childhood snack.
That just heated me up. That just warmed me up. Oh
I
my
saw this.
God.
I'm like, I have not had this in over a decade. I need to bring it now.
That tastes so
Immediately. Oh,
good.
Colton, you can't have this. Like, you literally cannot have this. I
Oh,
know I
you
share things with you,
honey
but you cannot have that.
chocolates.
Nah,
Yeah, a
nah.
friend of mine, I think, had it was a mixed breed, and I think it couldn't have chocolates. It's either, I think it's toxic for them or something like that.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
luckily, because he has snuck like some chocolate chips here and there, but it turns out it's not toxic like everyone says. Like, oh my God, they're gonna die immediately. But it just
Okay.
depends on the size of the dog. Since he's a kind of hefty dog, it's gonna take a bit of chocolate for him to actually like kick the bucket. He'll
Right,
just probably
right,
have
right.
a stomach ache. But when he ate them chocolate
That's
chips,
what.
he was fine. He even ate my whole bowl of spicy tuna. I will admit, I was too trusting of him. I put my tuna down on the table. I went to the bathroom. I'm like, why do I hear munching and crunching? I get up. Oh my God, he ate my whole bowl. I thought that he was going to like, I'm like,
What?
I don't got money for vet bills. He was fine the whole time. I'm watching over him like a mother watches over a baby just sleeping. Like, are you breathing? Are you
Yeah,
breathing? He's fine. He's
he has
totally fine.
iron stomach.
I don't know what's wrong with this dog.
Uh, I saw someone was speaking about dog food, right? Is it Tevin or Kevin? The comedian.
Oh, Kev on stage.
Uh, say that again?
Kev on stage because his name is
Oh, this one
Kevin
who
Hart.
does movies and all that stuff.
Oh, Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart, right. He sees this and be like, what you talking about, girl? You forgot my name? But he was talking, it seems like he's such a entrepreneur. It's like he right now is selling dog food, right? I don't know if it was a AI thing or whatever, but it had a whole commercial on it, and he was saying now we can make our own food. But I'm like, did you go to Trinidad? Because in Trinidad, that's what we do.
Yeah.
Don't buy we I can't remember us buying dog food. I remember we just used to feed them what we ate
What we ate.
most of the times. Yeah. And then when I came here, you see people buying them food and stuff, and now they're saying that the food is not good for them and that's why they're getting sick. And he was basically saying like they do everything from scratch,
Hmm.
produce it and all that stuff, and now it costs like $30 or something if you buy it from him and stuff like that. So, as you were speaking about food, I just remembered that.
Yeah, he has to be on the dog food though because he gets overweight way too fast. So and
Ah,
besides, I'm by myself. I'm not cooking for nobody else. I tried cooking for two with him. I'm
uh-huh.
like, you know what? This is a lot, man. I'm sorry. Sometimes I don't feel like eating. Okay, sometimes I just want to just have some chips and call it a night. I
It's
still
just
got to cook
relax.
for you. I'm gonna just buy you the food, man. I'm sorry. I can't.
Does he have like a very hefty appetite?
Yes, he does not
Mm.
know when to turn his stomach off.
Ooh,
I had gotten him with an ex, and Colton's my first dog. My ex, he had had dogs all his life, and he was used to dogs being able to, you could just fill the bowl up one time, and they just eat when they're ready. This
yeah.
one, you could fill up a bowl three times. He gonna eat it every single time, like he was starving.
Mm.
He would more than likely, if he was in the wild, he would probably eat himself to death.
All the
I'm not gonna lie.
time.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I love
Wow.
him, love him, but yeah, I gotta watch him specifically for food. He's fake ignoring me. He's turned his back
Uh,
to me now. It's like he's talking all that mess about me,
sad.
but
With myself, Nikki G, the voice. Well, everybody knows already how you're doing because we started talking about the dog and all that stuff. So tell us a little bit about yourself, just in summary. And then I'll just go ahead and ask you, the questions that I usually ask you. Okay.
it's
Welcome
okay.
to
It's
Table
all good.
Talk Show.
Thank you so much.
Mm.
A little bit about myself. Oh, I feel like I'm in a job interview, but it's all right. So, I would consider myself a young professional. I am a first generation Caribbean American. So, my mother was born in Trinidad. My father was raised in Tobago. And I actually grew up there for a couple of years, but born and raised in the US mainly. And they have instilled in me so much tree pride. Like it's crazy. Myself and my little sister, we be repping harder than they do sometimes. But that's what led me to become so interested into the culture, specifically carnival culture, and what led me into Kaiso Tribe Mas. But outside of the carnival and creative space, I'm a social work student, so I'm getting my master's in social work right now.
Beautiful.
And I'm very passionate about all things mental health, mental wellness, especially when it comes to the youth and specifically when it comes to our Caribbean youth. I had an internship last year working with an agency who specializes in providing homes for single mothers and their children. And I was so happy when I found out that like all the families that I was working with at the location were Haitian. Can I speak a lick of Creole? No, I don't know nothing. However, it was just really good to be able to get that experience and to be able to work with the population who I would personally deem family, regardless. Like y'all are my cousins, whether I can speak the same language as you or not. But being able to bring my experience and then also help them out as well. So
Mm.
that's a little bit about me.
Family. That's beautiful. At times I get to bring up some of the things that I did in the past, which people didn't know. But I was a mental health counselor at one time.
Ah,
But it was something that, people would tell you, well, go work in this company because it's better and so forth. So I literally worked about how long? 9 years with the company until I started having my kids and so forth. So it was very interesting, very, very interesting. So when I saw that you did mental health and study mental health, that's very good. Very,
thank you.
you're
I I
welcome.
I graduated with my bachelor's. What year are we in? Oh my God, we're in 2025.
Uh-huh.
2019. So I've been in the field for six going on 7 years. So
Hmm.
it's been a gap between my bachelor's and my master's, but yeah, we're getting it done. We're
That's
getting it done.
At least you know your passion. That's a good thing about it. I'm always an advocate for as long as you know what your passion is, what you like, just go for it.
Yes,
Yeah.
most definitely.
Yeah. All right, so let's jump right in. What moment of experience first made you realize you wanted to become a cultural curator and build something like Kaiso Tribe Mass?
That is an excellent question.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if I could really exactly pinpoint a moment in which I was like, you know what, I'm going to rep the culture. I'm going to curate events, things of that nature. I believe it was something that I was led to by my pride and my passion for my heritage, as well as just wanting to tap into my creative side. So, oh, I guess a little bit more background. Um, Raised in an Adventist family. So Adventist and Carnival, you're like, wait. So
Wow.
for the listeners who don't know, Seventh Day Adventist is essentially a denomination of Christianity in which it's pretty strict, a little strict. So Carnival is a no. So all them years where I was in Tobago, Dad would fly to Panorama to because he was a teacher at the high school. Dad
Uh-huh.
would fly to Panorama to help the kids. I don't know what they were doing. I was like 10, 11, 12. But I didn't realize until a few years ago, I was like, every time you flew to Panorama, it that was carnival time. You sent us to church camp. So every carnival weekend, my sister and I were at church camp. Um, but you know,
Uh-huh.
how they say things that you I don't know how exactly to say it, but if you try to keep your children from something, not saying that they outright try to keep us from, but if you try to keep your kids from something, they're gonna get curious and want to know more about it.
Mhm.
So with me never having even attended a full carnival or participated in one, I would say, especially in my early 20s, I got really curious about it. So during the pandemic, I wanted to know a lot more about the carnival culture, the background, the history. Of course, we know Pretty Mas. We see it all the time, the bikini and bees, the fancy Indian, things of that nature. But I wanted to know more of the how do I want to put it? More of the traditional characters and where did they go? What happened to them? Turns out they're still there. It's just they usually go on first, crossing the stage and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
they're usually smaller groups, but that was all things that I wanted to learn. So to wrap up this answer, during the pandemic in my early 20s, I got really curious about my heritage, especially when it came to carnival. And
Yeah.
I wanted to figure out ways to incorporate it into what it is that I do. So, of course, you know, I'm passionate about mental health in the Caribbean diaspora. And I used to crochet, so I used to have a crochet business. So I was looking it up because I was like, oh, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna make a heritage collection. I don't
Nice.
crochet anymore. I love it, but I got burnt out. However, when my
Mm.
mother called me up early 2024, late 2023, and was like, Shadé, you know Delaware's having a carnival now? I'm like, y'all, they want to have a carnival the year that I move? Really? So because I was still crocheting at the time, passion for fashion, I was like, you know what? I would love to design for somebody. Because it was so small and they were just starting out, I couldn't really find any information on bands. And I'm also like, well, how do I design for a carnival anyways? Like, what is the process? So I spent literally all of 2024 researching and figuring out, you know what? I'm gonna do my own band. I'm gonna take it there. If we're gonna do it, let's just do it big. Go big or go home. My mother, when she when she realized I was putting on a whole band, she was like the whole
Believe
thing. I was
it. That's
like,
a big, that's a big
yeah.
ask. Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, now she's my biggest supporter. Day after carnival. Okay, so what's the next year's theme? I'm like, mommy,
Oh wow.
can I turn
So
my brain
so
off?
so let me just go back. So
Hmm.
how many times did you basically experience carnival before this? Like besides going into camp and all that stuff. At one point in time, did you get to experience carnival?
When I was a lot younger. So the most that I had experienced up until the pandemic was New York Labor Day parade. So my dad, he would take us, myself and my little sister, almost every year. But I was so young. Ask me what I remember about that. I don't know. I barely remember anything. I was small enough to sit on his shoulders and to watch the parade or what was left of the parade. And then as I got older into my early teens, Of course, things started moving around with the parade. They started ending earlier and things of that nature. So by the time we
Mm.
would get up to New York from Delaware, parade's done. It's over. So we might see like the stragglers walking up the parkway and
Oh
stuff.
yeah, because it
But
ends like
yeah,
6 o'clock.
yeah, and
Yeah.
so they started ending so early. So um, I didn't have that much experience outside of honestly seeing the costumes that my friends on social media, seeing what they was doing, seeing them participate, jumping in the van and everything like that. I didn't have live experience, so that's what made
At
this
least you
also
haven't
kind of
gone to
crazy.
Trinidad Carnival. You haven't experienced Trinidad Carnival yet.
No. And now that I have big girl money, them flights is like the flights is crazy. Even even from Florida. The flights is crazy.
The trick to it is because the funny thing is, I know you say even from Florida. I'm not sure where my cousins would go, but I think when they lived in Georgia,
Hmm.
they would say they would go to Miami to fly out because it was cheaper for them. But
It
the
is.
thing is, I think, well, it all depends on what flight you take. I mean, I know Spirit Air kind of made a bad name for themselves, but I hear at one time during the pandemic, well, the thing is, Trinidad was shut down then. They had flights for like $7,
Hmm.
$20, $50, and all
I
that stuff.
didn't know Spirit flies to Trinidad. I did not know that. I am a Caribbean Airlines girl through and through. Maybe
Yeah.
JetBlue, but I didn't know Spirit flies to Trinidad.
So
I've
I don't.
flown Spirit before a few times, so I wouldn't
Yeah.
be totally opposed to it.
Yeah.
I'm realizing that every year that I look at prices, it's a matter of timing, not just of when you book the flight, but also when are you leaving the
Even.
country. So essentially, for this upcoming carnival season, I would have to be in Trinidad from like January-ish or so
Yeah.
for the flight to really like make
Hmm.
sense essentially.
Yeah.
Um,
And
yeah.
if you're working, you might probably, what I would do is I'd go from the Thursday and then leave. Well, I mean, you have to stay for the Monday and Tuesday because that's the main
Right.
days. But if you go on a Thursday, you'd probably get a good flight, a good price, and then leave, probably midnight or something like that, But you
Yeah,
definitely have to buy it way in advance else you're not gonna get a good price.
exactly.
Yeah, that's the only thing
Exactly.
about that. All right.
But
So,
yeah.
how would you describe the why behind Kaiso Tribe? I know you dived into it a little bit, but just for you to, to explain a little deeper. The deeper mission that drives everything you build.
Mm. So with myself not having much carnival experience, and I will say this in 23 and 24, I did do Juve. I fell in love with Juve, not Trinidad, but Miami. That was a blast. But outside of Juve, with me never having experienced the actual like march, carnival road march, um, I wanted to create a space where no matter your experience level, whether you were a beginner jumping for the first time or you are seasoned, experienced, and this is your 50th carnival in your 10th state or whatever, I want you to have a good time because if I'm having a good time, I'm pretty sure you're having a good time, hopefully. So, and that's actually I personally think what ended up happening. I ended up getting a good mix of we had some newbies, not including myself, but some fellow college students and things of that nature. And then we had some experienced vets, I had some carnivalholics where they travel from island to state to island doing all sorts of carnival every year. And I was so thankful that they gave me a chance. But essentially to be able to create that family environment so when wherever you are in your carnival journey, you are able to come in and feel welcome, not feel lost in the sauce. I give explanations and briefers and updates constantly throughout the season so that if you know nothing about Carnival, this is your first one and you don't even know the history or anything, I'm gonna make sure you know the history of something. That you know why we do this and how it spread from here to here to here and all these different things because I don't want you just jumping in blind. But
Yeah.
that's that's definitely the why, to be able to make everybody feel welcome and included.
Oh, that's beautiful. Really nice.
Thank you.
Um, okay, so some of my questions might sound repetitive, but it's just basically trying to get to understand the reason why, especially for people who are now learning about the culture or new people that's coming into the culture. What gaps did you see in the mass carnival space that you wanted Kaiso Tribe to fill?
I would definitely say, like I was saying earlier, the history, the understanding of what Carnival comes from, at least in the sense of Trinidad and Tobago, and the origins, and getting an understanding of, okay, yes, we going on the road to party and have a good time, but do you understand where this came from and why? I feel like that is a big piece that has been missing for a while. I get maybe with the bigger mass bands, I don't know how the smaller ones are, or how they operate, of course, but
Mm,
I wanted to make sure that we had that education, especially in Delaware, because Delaware, um, even though we are a small state, we are a big hub for shopping, and there is a sizable Caribbean population in Delaware. When I was going to Delaware State University, we had a Caribbean Student Association. I believe they're over 10 years strong now because it's 2025. So
yes.
I want to say they're probably like go 12, 13 years going. And they started out with, I don't want to say like real Jamaicans, but like Jamaican born and bred. They come over and they have the accent and everything, and they just they spread their information. But as the years went on, we started getting more and more first generation Caribbean Americans like myself, and
Yeah.
even some people where I knew a lot about my culture, where I lived there for a few years. My parents really instilled it in me, regardless if we were in the States or abroad. A few of my peers, when I was in the organization, they didn't know much about their culture and they wanted to know more. Um, and so I believe it's important to know the history and the why behind things, um, so that we treat it with the sort of like reverence and respect, and not just like, oh, this is just a giant street party so that, anybody could just come and do another one, or the state could come and just shut it down. Like, oh, it's just a giant street party anyways. No, it's a
Mm,
cultural
how
event.
everybody looks at it on the outside. Yeah.
Yes,
Mhm.
yes.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't mean to cut you off. I was
Oh
just
no, that was it. That was it.
it's just amazing just to, being that everybody uses their own tools, right? In educating people and so forth. And being that, I mean, I have kids, I don't want to say, no, I wouldn't say it. So my kids, one of them, well, so my daughter is more into the Caribbean culture. She loves the carnival, the music, and all that stuff. My son too is now getting into it. He has his taste of music as well, right? Um, so when I hear them sing it and say things, you don't know that they were actually listening to some of the songs until they bring it up to you, or they might probably try to speak the language. At one time, my kids would tell me, um, we never used to really understand what you were saying, we would just say yes just because. And I'm like, wow, you know? But it's just enlightening to me to know that, you are here. And yes, because you have your Caribbean roots and so forth, sometimes it's just in the blood, just a generational thing. Some people, I would say, oh, I might do something that my mother does because I'm a part of her, so
Right.
it's just something that you do. So it's enlightening to me to hear you say that you haven't been to Trinidad Carnival and you have a mass band and you're educating people. That is very, very uplifting. It's very nice that you actually took it upon yourself to do a whole creative band. I could see why your mom was surprised that you did it, you know? But
Yeah.
when coming to, I'm sure this question is later down in my notes, but I wanted to ask you now. Um, when coming to the creative side of making it, do you make it yourself or do you hire people to make your costumes for you?
So both. Like I said earlier, I used to crochet when I lived in Tobago for a few years in primary school. I don't know if they did this at all the schools, but at our school, they would take some time to separate the boys and the girls, at least in like standard 4 and 5, and the
Yeah.
boys would go and learn like agriculture
Yes.
and building
Yes.
things, and we
Yes.
learned crochet and sewing. So I knew how to crochet a little bit. I know how to at least sew a rip together. I could do that much. Um, but I've always loved fashion. I swore when I was 12 I was going to be a model. I don't know,
Ah,
but or a fashion designer. But I always wanted to somehow incorporate that into my life. And I always thought growing up, oh, I'll only do one job at a time. But
mm,
as I came through my early and mid 20s, I'm like, do whatever I want to do. I see all these people on Instagram or on LinkedIn or wherever, and they're doing all these different things. My brain works like that. My brain operates in doing a whole bunch of different things at one time. Why can't I just take advantage of it? So
yeah.
that's basically what I did. So to answer your question, I did make I had two sections for myself that I made the costumes for. However, when it came to certain pieces that I needed some more intricate detail for, or wanting to make sure that the construction was good, I did hire a seamstress to be able to make those things. And she she even pushed me to like, hey, these are pretty simple. You can make these yourself. Just she made me go practice. So I had to
Ah,
go practice and make arm pieces, leg pieces. I mean, I could do it now, but I appreciate her for pushing me in that way. It's not that she didn't want to like take on the project, but
uh,
she also didn't want to like have to, oh well, if I have to make this many pieces. I think she kind of wanted her summer to herself, which I don't blame her. So she wasn't a full time mistress anyway. So I was like,
okay.
okay, I get it.
A lot
But
of work. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So she helped me with those pieces. She still helped me with the construction of like the skirts and things of that nature.
Mm,
And I actually took a DIY approach to whatever I could. So I found the tie back bras that they use for carnival at least like some years ago before everybody started doing wire bras everywhere.
yeah.
I did the tie back bras. I decorated them, gemmed them up. I have found a wire bender down here, which I thought would have been way more popular, but I
Hmm.
only found the one. He's a great guy.
Yeah.
And then other sections, because we had we had four sections in total on the
Wow.
road outside of T-shirt. So we had Eden and Angel, no, Eden and Heaven, which was Eden was floral and green. Heaven was more like angel themed, so I did those two.
Oh,
We
nice.
had Fire, which was by a designer who I met at an International Carnival Convention,
Mm,
which is fairly new. They
mm,
had their first stop in Orlando, Florida at the top of last year, and I'm actually curious to know if they're going to do it again this year because they were doing almost like a little tour throughout the year last year, and it was great. It was small, however, as a aspiring mass band leader at the time, I was getting a lot of gems, and I ended up meeting a designer who goes by the name of Nikki.
mm.
Her brand name or her design name is Nasira Carnival. It's either Nasira or Nsira. I don't know how to read it. I'm not gonna lie, but she does amazing designs, and she is one of the section leaders for I believe it's Beijing Forever Mass in Miami. So
Okay.
she's been doing that for almost 10 years, I want to say. I looked through her
Ah,
designs and she took me under her wing in terms of the design portion and the business portion when it comes to designers, because that was something that I did not know. A lot of the carnival industry or the background of it is very much if you know, if you've been to the mass camps, you volunteered, or if you've been there, then it's not really many people on YouTube or TikTok or Google doing interviews on, oh, this is how I started my band, or these are the things that you should know before starting. I looked all of 2024, could barely find anything. So to
Really?
have her, yeah,
Mm.
to have her take me under her wing and help me out in that first year was amazing. So she designed a section which was fire, and then we brought on one more individual who had uh some more costumes from a previous carnival, which was really nice. They were really beautiful costumes. So she came on as well, and she also brought some of her masqueraders who had participated in, I think it was Baltimore Carnival. Um, so they came on, and it was a good time. It was a good time.
That's
So
good. I mean, it's nice. It's nice that you were able to have people who had so much experience in order to, to learn that.
that was a
But
blessing.
I'm telling you, you have to go to the Mecca. You have to go
Yes,
to Trinidad. I'm even hearing Tobago Carnival is, I shouldn't say it
they're
better than, but it's good. I hear people have a
they're
lot of fun.
good.
Yeah. I hear
Yes,
people have a lot of fun there. So you should try that whenever time permits or the money is right or something like that.
yes.
Get a sponsor or something.
Listen, if not 2026, I mean, I could try to hit the lottery or something in the next month or so. If not next year, then most definitely 2027, and I could most definitely make Tobago
Yeah.
Carnival 2026, because that's like the same weekend of Miami Carnival. So I mean, I could miss out on Miami to go to Tobago. That
Right.
I could do that. I could do that.
Yeah, I haven't. The funny thing is, I've been to Trinidad Carnival, and every time I'm at the carnival, I'm like, I've had my fill for a couple of years. Like, I don't even need to go back. I was speaking to a friend of mine, and the last time that I went there and I spent my birthday, New Year's, and Christmas. So mm, um,
Ooh,
Christmas, New Year's, and my birthday, like that, you know? And that was like really, really nice, you know? Um, so I was
that
telling
sounds so
her,
lovely.
yeah, it really was. I said I wanted to do that and it happened. So that was pretty dope. But you should go.
I
Whenever
need
the
to.
time permits. Miami is great too. I haven't done Miami in like a couple of years, and the last time that I went, I wasn't able to see the mass because everybody wanted to be in the pool and eat and stuff like that. And I'm like, I want to go see the mass.
Right.
Interested in it. So I missed out that time. But when you speak about being a jack of all trades or like, wanting to do so much. I mean, like myself, I do voiceover, I do photography, I have the podcast and so forth. The only thing I find with that is it's like because I want to concentrate on one thing, sometimes time doesn't permit certain things, you know. A friend of mine told
Hmm.
me, why do you waste your time doing all these other things when with voiceovers it takes you a minute or something, but when you take pictures and when you do videos it takes up a lot of your time, but that's because I enjoy doing what I do, so
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I would rather spend my time doing things that I enjoy,
Mhm.
even if it takes up more of it versus just working all the time. Even if it's something that I'm really good at, or if it's something that brings me joy. But if it doesn't spark that, I I'd rather do what I love. I'd rather, ADHD brain and all. I'd rather do it.
All right, you call Tribe, Kaiso Tribe all-inclusive mass band. Beyond costumes and culture, what does that in exclusivity look like in practice?
Okay. So you're asking what the all inclusive
What does it look
entails.
like in practice? Yeah.
Yes. So essentially, of course, with any band, you get in the truck and the vibes. The best DJs in, I personally believe, the West. No, oh my God, the West Coast, the East Coast. We have my goodness, I'm trying to remember their DJ names. I'm not
Uh,
gonna lie, this is family, so I call them my uncle and my cousin. But great
uh,
father and son duo. We have DJ Schedule and duo the Doctor Anderson. Amazing, love them
oh,
down. They
nice.
kept the crowd hyped. They kept the masqueraders hyped. They did a whole album call. But anyways,
They're
love
from
them.
Miami or they're from
No, they're from New York, so
York?
they're literally my uncle and my cousin, father son
Oh,
duo.
nice.
They're in New York, and they do amazing. They do an amazing job, and I'm so thankful that I was able to bring them, and I was so thankful that they helped me out, and they gave their niece and they cousin a shot because in the
Yeah.
family, I would say on both sides, I'm regarded as very prim and proper, not the party type, and that
Uh,
side of the family is the party type. They always go on somewhere. So when I called him, I was like, hey, so I'm trying to do a mass band. You want to DJ? Shadé
you can believe it.
and do Shadé. So that was, but that was such a fun time. So we have, of course, the music, which comes with any band, but we also carry food. So for 2026, we already have a food sponsor. Hallelujah.
Oh,
Eat
beautiful.
Crazy. So they get breakfast and lunch included on the road. There is an option for if you're coming from New York or North Jersey. There is transportation. I'm also trying to arrange transportation from the other states, meaning Baltimore, Philly, things of that nature. Well, those are cities, but
Really?
yes, because there are other mass bands who were able to arrange transportation from Baltimore, from Philadelphia, things like that. And people were asking, they were like, hey, is it possible, we could get a ride? Because especially since Delaware is so small,
Yeah.
parking is or can be an issue. So we rather carpool or transport. But we have
Yeah.
the music, we have the food, we have the transportation, we have drinks, of course,
Mhm.
as well as get a little goodie bag,
Yeah.
cup favors, things of that nature. And
Yeah.
then this year, 2026, I'm making sure that we have photography on the road, so that you have
Uh,
your pictures because we were scrolling through Instagram, Facebook, the news, just trying to figure out who got pictures of us. Somebody had to have pictures of us. And we also had a very long vlog done as well, about an
nice.
hour of just vibes that you could just look back on. And if you wanted to watch how you were the whole parade, you could log on to Vimeo, Musilog Music Radio, Musilog Magazine
Oh,
Vimeo
nice.
page,
Right. Your dad
and
was
the
there.
whole, yep, he vlogged the whole
Oh, that was
thing.
nice. He told me about it. And I was actually supposed to be there to cover because I
I
thought
think he
I
told me that. Think he told me that because I saw that you went to Philly Carnival, and I was like, oh, she ain't come to Delaware Carnival. Okay, granted that was 2024, so
yeah. No, what happened? Because for Philly Carnival, what they do is they'd hire me to do the coverage. So, I mean, that was
that makes
that.
sense. You going where the money is. Yeah, they
But the
they hire you
thing
for a job.
is, I think for Delaware Carnival, I was working. I think there was a carnival that happened the same time or something like that. So I wasn't able. It's either that or I was out of town because I also got hired to go to North Carolina. So it might have
Mm,
been that. That's why I wasn't able because I did tell him I would come. And I know the radio station, Island Vibe, they wanted to do coverage as well. So I know I missed out on a big opportunity. So when the
but
opportunity comes by again, that should
2026 next year is going to be amazing.
happen.
This is probably gonna be further down in your notes as far as like talking about Delaware Carnival specifics.
Yeah.
And I'm not on the committee, so I don't know how much I can say. But what I will say is for 2025, the numbers were like phenomenal, like
Mhm.
unheard of for Delaware at least. So
I was there in 24. I
on
was there for
parade day
20.
alone, we had over 20,000 spectators. I'm not
Mm.
gonna say it's all at one time, but
Yeah.
just throughout the day because we had the police, in charge of the safety, and they were gathering the numbers and things of that nature.
Yeah.
So they quoted over 20,000. I was like, oh my God. And of course, there's the free concert afterwards. So majority of the people who were watching the parade, whether they were at the judging station or whether they were along the route, once the last bands came through, they would follow us up because we were one of the last bands. They followed us up to the
Mm.
judging station, and then everybody dispersed to the green to get ready for the concert later on. So
Yeah.
it's gonna be big next year. Like the cities are fighting over because the state noticed, and they're like, okay, well, can we host it in our city now? Because it's been in Dover for the
So
past two
now they
years.
want to.
So now they probably see the revenue, but I hope that they also see that it's a good cultural thing as well to be able to entice people to come to Delaware, move to Delaware. Hey, this is what we have going on. You could feel at home up here.
Yeah.
So hopefully, but that's a little background for how 2025 went. It was amazing. So yeah, so we talked about the all inclusivity. What's next? I think that was it for all inclusivity for 2025. Uh
Mm.
2026, I have a lot more events planned that I'm waiting to be finalized and just locking things in. 2025, I did a lot of things virtually because I am based in Florida, and being in school and everything like that, and that was my first year. It
Yeah.
was tough to try to come back and forth all the time with work, and I have to find someone to watch the dog,
That's
things
tough.
like that.
When you're speaking, I'm thinking she's in Delaware. She's in Delaware. Not thinking that
No,
you're in Florida. That's a
but
lot.
I'm so glad and blessed to be in Florida, not just because of the weather, but because it was so hard to find a wire bender. So I feel as there's no wire benders in Delaware, so I feel as though if I wasn't in Florida, I would have to contact somebody up in New York or something to see if we had any wire benders up there. And that would have been difficult in itself. Me being down here, being able to meet my wire bender face to face, be in his little like math camp shed type of thing, and be able to see all the designs and things, and the process. He walked me through the process step by step. I ain't never doing wire bending in my life. That's not my ministry. I'm not doing it. But being able to see it made me appreciate it more for all the effort that goes into it.
Yeah.
Um but yes, so I'm hoping and praying to be able to do more physical events in 2026, more
Oh,
in-person events. One of those being some type of soca size class. That would be great. So if you pre-registration's not open yet, not
mm.
yet, but if you pre-register, certain events will be either free or discounted to you. So is I say when pre-registration opens up, I
Yeah.
say jump at it. Um,
So
but
wait. So when you talk about the soca size, you're giving the soca size class?
I am teaching the soca size class, so that
I was like, wait a minute, this is another one of our talents she just squeezed in.
no. So we
Okay.
do have some fitness. I was about to say fitness influencers. How do I want to put it? Some choreographers or dance fitness
Dance
people. See, this is the
choreographers or
ADHD going in, but we have a few in Delaware and in the surrounding area.
yeah.
I'm not gonna say who yet, but we have a few in the area who do give like soca size, so it's like almost like a Zumba type of class. I've taken a few in college and they were a blast.
Nice. Yes,
So
it
just a way to get the heart pumping, get the body moving, and get yourself together. Not just physically fit, like oh I'm gonna look good in my costume, but making sure that your health and everything is in order too, so that you could pace on the road. We don't need
exactly. You
nobody passing out.
hey, I'm telling you, there's one year that I went Trinidad, well, they kind of call it like a second carnival, but I think it's like Labor Day or something like that.
Hmm.
And I went one year just to experience it, and I was on the floor asking them, when are we leaving? Because I experienced
Oh.
Carnival, and let me tell you, South is nothing compared, or I should say, Port of Spain is nothing compared to San Fernando. Because Port of
Mm.
Spain, for you to do a round, they did a round and then they came back again. By the time we were going back around, it was nighttime.
Mm-hmm.
And I was so exhausted. I'm like, wait a minute, we're going back around again?
Again? Really?
That place is so big. Like by the time we left, like let's say 7 o'clock in the morning. By the time we came to a certain position for them to judge us, it was noontime. By the time we got to the stage, it was nighttime.
See,
You want to go back around again? It was incredible. I lost weight, no lie. When I came back here, it was only 2 weeks.
yeah.
When I tell you I lost weight, I lost weight.
Listen,
When
Carnival is the cheat code. It's the cheat code. I'm telling
because
you.
you're chipping like almost 12 hours. And then
Mm-hmm.
that sun, I've seen where people go back home to Trinidad and your face is like this before you leave, and by the time you get there,
Slim
it's
down. Slim down. But it's the food too. It's the food
yes.
too because listen, I don't know what they got going on up here in the States with the chicken and the salt and the whatever. You heard of this is gonna be funny. You heard of 5 a.m. Club, the coffee shop by okay, do you know the comedian Kyle Boss? He's on Instagram.
I
He's
think
a
I've
he's
heard,
a
yeah, yeah.
so he has two locations in
Mhm.
Trinidad. A coffee shop called
Oh,
5 a.m. Club.
Kyle,
Yes,
Kyle. Yes, yes,
yes.
yes, yes, yes,
So
yes,
he
yes.
has the coffee shop. And when I went down, my
Uh,
uncle took me to the locations and I got like the same refresher every single time. I'm like, this is good. Came back up, went to Dunkin', took
mm.
once. I was telling my uncles this in the group chat. Took one sip, put the cup down, no more sips. I said, this is not 5 a.m. Club. This is a cup of diabetes, man. This don't even taste good. I ordered a mango lemonade. This tastes like sugar syrup, and lemon concentrate. There ain't
I'm
nothing
telling
that tastes good about this. I don't. Now
you.
I wasted my money. I
Down
wasted
to
my
the
money.
doubles, down to the doubles, down to the food, the chicken.
I said
You bite into the
everything.
chicken and you taste the seasoning. KFC is
Yes.
number one. I don't know if you had KFC or Royal Castle at home. I was stuck on Royal
Both.
Castle. No,
I
you
had
said,
both. I
oh,
said both.
for one year, I was always a KFC girl, like always eat KFC. Then when I had Royal Castle, I like their chips, but that year, Royal
Hmm.
Castle, like
They stepped their game up.
they did presentation, everything was just on point, you know? And even my son was saying the first time he had doubles in Trinidad, he was like, "Mom, I don't want any doubles over here again."
Mm-mm. You
Same
can't
thing.
do it.
He never ate
Can't do
pak
it.
choi over here. The greens,
Hmm.
had greens over here. He don't want no more greens. I mean, he'll eat it, yes, but he liked the pak choi, you know? Very, very
Exactly.
interesting.
It's
Yeah.
different. It's nothing like home.
Yeah. So when you were speaking about the wire, when you were speaking about wire bending, right?
Hmm.
That's what I was thinking. From you going to crocheting, in my mind, as a person who played mass and, grew up in it and stuff like that, I was more thinking of the wire bending part. So now, as you said, it's like the wire part is the difficult part, but the designs is what you do.
Yes.
Okay.
So designs, I would say, is my forte. It may take me a little while to think of how I want to place my or what I envision onto the paper and then figuring out then how to make this into a reality. But the wire bending, even though it's simple in what it is that you do, I'm just not strong enough for that. And to do the same thing over and over and over again and working with that metal and the cut, no, no,
So give
it's
us give
not.
us an example of what you see. Just give everyone a mental example of, what you see and how it's done. Like abbreviate it of what makes it hard and what tool do you use to bend it.
So it depends. First off, it starts off with whatever gauge wire, steel wire that it is that you are using. I believe it's the higher the number of the wire is the thinner It is. So I believe you could use like a 12 gauge, a 14, a 16, depending on what it is that you're making. A backpack, you want to be sturdy and not falling over, so you would use a heavier gauge wire for that. Whereas with the bra, with the wire bra, you want it to be more flexible to be able to conform to the person's body, so you would use a smaller gauge wire. Now, it also depends on your method for doing it. Um, for the backpacks that are made in China, because I don't know specifically how they do it in Trinidad. I've heard, however, I've never seen, so I'm not gonna say. But the backpacks in China, they're made with the thinner wire, and also they're not soldered together or soldered. The
Order. Yeah.
Yeah, the solder.
Yeah.
So they do it with electrical tape and masking tape, and it works for the photo shoots at least. But sometimes when you're going through transportation, shipping, things of that nature, they could break, they bend, they
It's
looking
together.
all kind of lopsided.
Yeah.
My wire bender, his name is Malcolm McSimon.
Mm.
And I would go over to his place frequently last year during the design process and just checking on things. And honestly, he just wanted me to come by and just see him. So I would go over frequently, and he would be like, look, look at this, look at what they want me to fix. So it would be mass bands sending him boxes and boxes of their wire bending that they ordered from China
My
because it's
God.
cheaper,
Yeah.
but they're like, hey, we need this fixed because it's not looking right, or it's lopsided, or it's breaking easily, or something. And he's just like, I may be more expensive up front, but I
Yeah.
give quality because he's soldering the metal together instead of just
Together.
wrapping the tape around and
Yeah.
things like that. He'll use a thicker a thicker gauge wire to be able to get these things nice and sturdy.
Yeah.
So for me specifically, it's the cutting of the wire. I'm not strong enough physically.
Mm.
Also, I'm a little sensitive with my eyes. I don't need no shrapnel near my eyes. No, no thanks. I would
Exactly.
wear goggles. And then also the soldering. That's just I don't know. I don't trust myself with fire that much. I was always scared to light a
Yeah.
match when I was a kid. Still a little bit scared now. So a whole machine, no, thank you.
I
But
know.
but that's that. Oh, and the wrapping it with the fabric.
Oh
He
my
gave me,
God.
he gave me two that were pre-wrapped, and then he showed me how to wrap it and how to put the backing fabric on, and then glue the feathers on, and this, that, and the third. The
Mm.
backing fabric and gluing the feathers, fine. That is totally fine. But when
Yeah.
he showed me how to wrap it, and then I had to come home, he gave me homework. I had to come home and wrap the thing myself. I was like, can I just pay him extra to do this because I won't do it? And then by the time it was almost time for me to go up, because I went up to Delaware early to get everything prepared. By the time it was time for me to go, I looked at the bare frames. I was like, I gotta do this myself, man.
Oh my
Oh, I
God.
forgot to go back to him and ask if he could do it. But it got done. It was just so tedious, and I was so over it. So that's a little bit of insight onto the wire bending itself. Also, I'm a little bit of perfectionist. So trying to bend it into the shape that I want. If you want it to be something more intricate, like I saw last year, a band had their backpack shaped like diamonds. So it was, the actual backpack itself, like the part you put on the shoulders, and then it had two wires protruding, and then it had like diamonds on the side. It
Diamond
was
shape.
Yeah, it was fire. But
Yeah.
ask me to bend diamonds 50 times. I'm gonna get stuck on number three because I can't get number three to look like number two, and number two barely looks like number one. So he got it. He got it. I don't know what I'm gonna do when he's like, Shadé, I get to know it. I can't do this
I
anymore. I
know.
don't know
That's
what I'm gonna
a
do.
lot for one person.
It
You
is,
know?
but he loves it. Like he
So he
loves
probably does it
it
like
so
really
much.
fast.
He does. He
Yeah.
does. I called him last year. I was like, okay, yeah, I'm ready to do it. I gave him well, I don't even. don't even think I had to pay him up front. I just told him I was ready. I was like, okay, I'll be able to have the money on Friday. So if you want to
Yeah.
start, he's like, no, 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 I'm gonna start now. He started it. 3 days later, he calls me. He always calling me. I was just like, oh my gosh, okay, next time, what do you want now? I answer the phone. I'm like, hi. He says, girl, guess what? I hear him smiling through the phone. I'm just like, what happened? I finished. I'm like, I didn't even pay you yet. Girl, no, 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 no. Just come and see. Just come and see what I did. And I'm just like, but I'll have the money on Friday. Just,
Yeah.
just come and see what I did. He was so
Ah,
happy.
he's proud of his work. That's what it
Proud
is.
of, he is so proud of his work. And I also caught him right before the carnival rush for what was next? What was next? Miami Carnival was next, but I feel like it was something right around Delaware Carnival time that people were contacting him for too. But I caught him right before that rush as well. So he was putting him out. So
Jeez. But does
yeah.
he have a lot of space? You need a lot of space for all that work that you're doing.
You heard of the she shed? He got himself a he shed. So he built
Hmm.
a big a big open space, a big shed in his backyard. And it got everything. It got AC, it got insulation, it got a bathroom. You could try stuff on.
Hey.
It got everything. He got sewing machines lined up and everything. It's bigger than my bedroom, and I feel like my bedroom a little big. But he has a good space, and he also has great organization. So in the case of, say, he has a big order to fill or something, and he's working through 75% of it, he'll have
Yeah.
hooks up on the ceiling, hooks up on the wall. You could just hang all the
Uh,
things up and make space essentially for whoever's coming, whether they need to try on their costume, try on a backpack, whatever it is.
and he works on his own. He doesn't have
Yeah,
any helper.
no,
Seeing.
I thought he was crazy, but
He's used to it and he doesn't have to
he's
share his earnings, which is a
exactly. You don't have to
plus,
share his earnings. That he
you
don't
know?
have to tell nobody what to do or how to fix their mistake.
Mhm.
He also says, well, the young people they don't want to run anymore. But I try to say, like we gotta find the people who are passionate about it. There are some people who don't know that this exists, but I bet you they knew if it existed, they'd be all ears and they want to
Yeah,
learn.
because then
So
too, it's good to pass on the tradition to
yes,
other people, so at least
it's
they would,
needed.
yeah,
It's needed. So we don't outsource everything to different countries that don't even participate. It's great. It's amazing for, what do I want to call it? For savings or for being able to get things done quickly. But I do feel like we do need to keep a little bit of tradition in house, even if it's just, we have a few people who wire bend or something, just to keep those traditions alive so that we don't come up in the next 2 generations and we're like, okay, well, does anybody know how to wire bend? Like, oh no, we just we
exactly.
just send everything away. We just get them the designs and they just come back and make it. If we don't know how to make our own stuff, we gonna lose it. We gonna lose the tradition. We're
The
gonna lose the art.
technique. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Um, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take a break,
Yeah,
We're gonna show people maybe some footage of what your dad, the
when he
footage
took and stuff.
of the carnival earlier this year, get them familiar with what the band looks like. And then we'll come back, play some music. I have some games and so forth. I
Ooh,
have so many questions.
yes. I love questions. This is so
So
fun.
many
I love being
questions.
interviewed.
And so before we go into that, give us your handles, let everybody know where they can find you on Instagram or social medias and the website. And also if they want to go look at the footage, because we're just gonna show little snippets where they could find that.
Yes. So I'm gonna teach y'all how to spell Kaiso first. Kaiso is Kaiso. You know how to spell tribe, and then mass is like your Catholic mass with just one S. So on social media handles, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. No, I'm not that active on TikTok. It's Kaiso Tribe Mas. Kaiso Tribe Mas. When it comes to the website, it's just Kaiso Tribe. So kaisotribe.com. My personal Instagram is well, that's my middle name. Jovian XO. So we got JoviAnnEXO. That's a personal. In case you wanna, you wanna see what I'm up to. I don't post that much, but in case you want to see some things, but I'll be posting a lot of behind the scenes stuff, and just more interactive and engaging things on Kaiso side, uh, as well. But in case you want to see my pretty face more often, you can go over to the personal, go over to the personal page. We can get my followers up over there too. But yes, that is where you can find me. And I'll have to find the link to the Vimeo. I know it's on Vimeo. I know it's under Musilog magazine or Musilog music radio, one of the two. But for the video itself, I'll find the link, and then Nikki will
Yeah.
do her
But
post editing magic.
we'll definitely have the link floating by underneath here. So no worries. Once you see it here, you just take down the info. And also on the YouTube link that you're watching right now, the link is going to be there. All the information is there. You could go there, find it, click, watch, and be prepared for next year carnival. All right.
Yeah.
Keep it locked to Table Talk Show with Nikki G. I'm here with Shadé. Shadé.
Yeah.
And we will be right back. Keep it locked.
Table Talk Show with Nikki G the Voice.
So let we start it. It's at the base from the truck or your heartbeat. Nervous energy, and it look like stage fright to me. Front page is where legends belong, but backstage is where legends are born. Look how much security, like it's the stage of right now. I'm telling you, they say you're only as good as your last performance. Road long, but we have endurance. Stamina make me last for weeks. Now we turn the mask to a masterpiece. Last year was good, but we chasing greatness. That's why they call this show the greatest. I know we've been here before, but people want more. This is the encore. Everything about you.
Table Talk Show with Nikki G the Voice. Table Talk is now in session. Now in session. Now in session.
Listen.
Welcome back to Table Talk Show with Nikki G the Voice. Thank you for tuning in. I am here with Shadé, the creator of Kaiso Tribe Band.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I feel like I've known her for like ages,
Oh, thank you.
ages. You're very easy to, I shouldn't say easy, but it's like it's nice speaking to you. You give off that
Thank
that
you.
aura. At
That's
some
how I
point.
try to make everybody feel.
Yeah.
At first it was unintentional, but now I'm just like, you know what? Let's roll this into something more. Let's curate this a little bit. So yeah, I was always a very shy, quiet kid, unlike how I'm presenting right now. But my brain was always like this. So it's just like, people like this. Let's keep it up. Let's show a little bit more. So yeah.
I need to learn that because I mean, I could be like that around people that I know, but other than that, I'm more introverted. Like I'll have everybody ask questions and, unless it's like a one-on-one or something like that, or I get really comfortable with you. Some people tend to say,
Mhm.
oh, it's a Capricorn thing, but I don't think that's what it is. It's just how I am, you know?
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
I don't subscribe or ascribe or whatever the word is to
Hmm.
star signs and stuff like that. So people are like,
Yeah.
oh, they're such a Pisces because of it. I'm like, I could have said I was a Leo, and he'd be like, yeah, that's such a Leo thing. I'm like,
Yeah,
joke's
yeah.
on you. That's not even my birthday. So
For real, for real. I mean, I know at times I attach things because sometimes a friend of mine who we carry the same sign, we tend to say, oh, this is how we do and this is whatever, whatever. But sometimes you find traits of people that are like really, really similar. Or maybe you
Mhm,
like coffee. I might probably say, well, yeah, I like that coffee too, or something like that. And we're totally different signs. You know what I mean? So,
exactly.
yeah.
Just
All
people
right.
being people.
All right. So, how do you balance honoring cultural traditions with innovating for a new generation of Caribbean creatives?
I love this question. My brain was stuck between like and love, so it's like I don't know, but I love this. So that is something that is very important to me, and I because I have not yet experienced a carnival in the Mecca, because I
Mm-hmm.
would love to experience not just, being on the road, but being able to see the more traditional elements at play as well.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I still feel like I have some more to learn and some more work to do in terms of putting it out on the road, being able to incorporate more traditional elements on the road itself as far as the experience. But what my main focus has been both this year and especially last year was in the costumes. Like I was saying earlier, we love Pretty Mask. That is the big seller, sexy cells, sex cells. Everyone wants to look like it. But you also got to take into account that even though those are like the beautiful costumes, not everybody is comfortable wearing those, or people want a little bit like something a little bit different. So for the whole of 2024, I was on YouTube, and even though I said there were no, tutorials on how to make a mask band, there are definitely documentaries out there for those who are aspiring designers, young creatives. There are definitely documentaries out there on the great the Peterman show, George Bailey. I feel like there were other people who I watched, but those are the main two that I studied from, and studying and looking up the costumes, like seeing that you could actually tell what it is that they are portraying on the road, even though it's not necessarily, your midnight robber or a fancy sailor or something
Yeah,
that's not
yeah.
so, traditional, but it's still something that you hear the theme, you see the theme, like you're like, okay, yeah, that
It
makes
makes
sense.
sense. Yeah.
A carnival pet peeve of mine as I was doing a lot of studying,
Mm-hmm.
and even from 2023, seeing the different themes and things of the different bands, and it's starting to blend together and look, what's the word, homogeneous, where it's all starting to look almost the same. The difference would be, in the backpacks and, the small jewel details, but essentially what I see
Mm-hmm.
in Pretty Mask costumes is the same. You have your feather backpack, you have the jewel bodysuit or wire bra, and then you have the arm or leg pieces, and maybe a tiara or a neck piece.
Yeah.
Whereas with myself, what I really strive to do is I want to come different in that when you see us, you don't necessarily have to know what the theme is exactly. Like you don't need to know the phrase word for word, but you can have an idea of what each section represents.
Sense.
So for example, and I'll send you some pictures to hopefully like maybe be able to like put up on the screen or something. But
Mhm.
for example, my heaven section, yes, of course, you got for the backpacks because, you're angels, but also the costumes themselves, they look like they're portraying angels. They had, there's a sexiness and a seductiveness, but it's not too overbearing, it's not too overpowering. The girls still felt comfortable in what it was that they were wearing, but you could still tell what it was that they were portraying. So
Yeah.
it's you're not just, covering people up, and it's just like, oh, no skin at all, and this is your costume. You're going to be an angel in fully whites and all white robes and stuff like that. That's too hot. Especially even in Delaware. Going on that road all day, we was hot. I still have tan lines from August, and I live in Florida. So that's to tell you how hot it was. So of course you need to skin out a little bit. You need to, have that appeal, but also being able to portray a theme I don't want to say correctly, but just being able to portray a theme so that the people can see, because a big thing is not just oh, the costumes all look the same, but also I think of what the spectators see. A lot of these people who are coming are Delaware natives. They are people who are outside of the culture, and I'm not just thinking of like, oh, the lewdness or whatever, not just that, but do they understand what it is that they're seeing? They just seeing the girls and the guys walk around and they got, really beautiful costumes, but it's just like,
Yeah.
what is this supposed to be? I think
Yeah,
it's
it
supposed to be
has to
like
make
a pretty
sense.
bird, a
Yeah,
jeweled bird. Everybody would be birds.
yeah.
But that's what I really try to portray. So for example, Eden,
Mm,
I didn't go with the feather backpack. I went with the flower backpack. So there was no feathers for Eden at all. It was florals and some gems to make it a little shiny, and some ivy leaves and things like that.
nice.
But those are the ways in which I try to blend that tradition
Mm,
into the modern mass experience. Yeah, I even did a survey for my masqueraders, just seeing what it was that they liked from this year, what it was that they wanted to see different. Some
mhm.
people were just like, I need more sexy. And I'm like, okay, I could do that as long as I know that's what y'all want. A lot of the
Yeah.
girls was like, more bling, please. But a lot of them still did enjoy the costumes and being different on the road compared to the other bands.
Oh, that's nice. Do you do a band launch? I find like two things. When you had mentioned like not being able to find let's say mass band communities and stuff like that. I know in Trinidad compared to here, before in New York would always have band launches, so you're able to see that, and they'll do
Hmm.
coverage. I even did coverage when I worked for Island Mix. I would always go and cover the bands, and then we'll take videos and stuff. So I'm not sure if you know about Island Mix, but Island Mix is
I
a
follow
place where
them. Yeah.
right. So you can actually go on there and check that out. And sometimes when I want to get content on anything, I mean, they say YouTube University. So you'd find a lot of, I don't know if they post up the band launches, but if you know the bands in Trinidad or any other place, I don't want to just focus on
You
Trinidad,
can find it. Yeah.
Fogs Angels and a bunch of others, you could go on there and then you could see what they do and how the mass bands are. And sometimes you would find, I mean, this is what I like about Instagram and TikTok, because people now put a lot of content on there in reference to the same thing that I'm mentioning, in order for you to see what they're doing. So you're an MSW student. How does your mental health training shape the way you build communities and run your brand?
So I am always a person first type of person. Essentially, what it is for me is taking a holistic approach. So not just a business minded approach of how can I make the most money, what can we do to generate the most revenue or the most profit, but really how can we get everybody to come back? How can we get masqueraders to come back and not just come back, but come back and enjoy, bring their friends, things of that nature. So, with that being said, I take into account the whole experience, meaning, okay, how are they getting there? What are they doing for makeup? What are they doing for hair? And I can't offer everything, but I do take all things into consideration, in terms of just like how much effort, money, time, energy are they putting into this, and how can I return this value to them? So it sounds almost like it's still business minded, because that's why I love having a psychology degree, because people are like, you can go into anything with it, and it's true, you can, especially business, because with having that person centered worldview where it's you are considering the different areas in which a person may have stress or pain points and things of that nature. It definitely helps in the business side. But I believe it also helps me not just in retaining masqueraders from a business standpoint, but just retaining masqueraders from an empathetic standpoint as well. When I was doing the survey, and also one thing that I am starting back up doing is I'm highlighting masqueraders, Masquerader Monday, and then the tribe crew for Tribe Tuesday. Meaning we got masqueraders on Monday that I'll highlight, give a little bio, a little picture so they can see, people can see who jumped with us in the band. And then
Yeah.
Kaiso crew, meaning the staff, the volunteers, uh, everybody who helped make things happen. One, it's to show appreciation because we ain't win no prize money. There was no prize money in this. Well, I won an award, but I can't share the award with everybody. I can't be like, okay, we're gonna mail it over to you. But
Okay.
there are ways in which I can make you feel appreciated.
Yeah.
But going back to what I was originally saying,
Yeah.
when I was doing the survey and also hitting up the masqueraders to be like, hey, I want to feature you. Can you answer, why you chose to draw to jump with Kaiso? And I was about to say I don't want to toot my own horn, but I'm definitely going to toot my own horn because that is something that I learned working in the startup space is having a brag book on yourself so that when you move from job to job, like because it's hard to advocate for yourself or to brag on yourself, but I'm learning how to do it. So the masqueraders, a lot of them were just like, we joined because of you, because of how personable you are, how much you checked in on us, just being with us every step of the way, being communicative, things of that nature. And it really it warmed my heart. I wanted to cry at some of them. I was just like, oh, y'all are so sweet. But I really think that's how you hook people. Is to just be a good person, be good spirited, kind hearted, and put yourself in the masquerader's shoes. Like if somebody was if somebody else was in charge of Kaiso and I was just a masquerader and this is my first time jumping, I'd want to know like, okay, all the things that I need to know. And I would still go in parade day with some questions in the back of my head, like, am I doing this right? Like, what do I do? Is it okay if I dance over here? Is it okay if I go up this way? Like, what's the etiquette? But I made sure to at least try to take care of all pain points or address all pain points, I should say, before even hitting the road. So that's how I blend my mental health background with the business side with Kaiso.
That's very, 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 very productive
Thank you.
and thoughtful. So Carnival is often described as liberation, but it's also labor. How do you protect your own wellness while creating for others?
Ooh, this can also go back into mental health. One
Mhm.
thing that they say in the social work community is making sure that you fill your own cup so that you can pour it into others.
Yeah. Yeah.
You need to make sure that you I gotta force myself to take breaks. I don't consider myself a workaholic by any
Mm.
means. I definitely love a good bed rot, meaning I would just lay in bed all day and scroll on TikTok and Instagram. But the way that my brain works is even if I'm not doing anything actively productive, like with my hands, my brain is still running creatively. I have ideas bouncing 24/7. I'm thinking, oh, I need to contact this person. Oh, I should reach out to this place or what have you. And there are
Yeah.
times where I just need to be like, you know what? I'm focusing when I find myself focusing more on carnival or on other things
Mm-hmm.
more than I'm spending time with God, spending time praying, reading my
Mm-hmm.
Bible, things of that nature. And of course, I'm not gonna be doing that all day. But if I find myself doing this consistently, I'm like, I haven't even picked up my Bible in a minute. I haven't opened up my Bible app in like 2 weeks. Shadé, what's going on? Um, I forced myself to just take a break, take a day, take a Sabbath rest. I'm not even this anymore, but just taking a Sabbath rest to just chill. If you find yourself thinking about these things, we're gonna redirect to something else. It's the same thing that
Yeah.
I tell my clients. Granted, I don't have OCD, but with my clients who have anxiety or some more mild OCD thoughts, um, them thoughts can come. It's okay. We're not going to punish ourselves for it. All right, cool. My brain is creative. That's just how it's wired. When these thoughts do come and I'm on break time, I'm going to redirect to something else. Get something else that picks up my attention a little bit more. Maybe I'll go outside for a walk, walk my dog, get my steps in, read, pray, something.
Yeah.
But definitely making myself take breaks because my brain does not want to do so.
Yeah.
But that's how I keep myself sane. And
Mm.
uh relying on other people. I am the eldest daughter. I am the firstborn.
Really?
So
How many are you?
it's just two of us. It's just myself and my little
Oh,
sister.
okay.
But I'm
I don't
outside.
mean, I don't mean to, I mean, people might
It's the way
probably,
I worded it. It's the way I worded
some
it.
people some people would look at me and they'll be like, Nicole, are you like the last child? Or you give off like last child vibes. I'm no, 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 I'm the firstborn. But I guess because it's how my parents treated me, you know? So I would never
hmm
think you're firstborn. I'll think you're last born.
Really? You know what? I think it's because of how energetic and probably like bubbly and
Yes.
stuff that I'm coming across in here, and
Yeah.
how like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
carefree. We're not type A at all.
Yeah.
No, see me at home or with my family or especially my little sister. Oh yeah, that's big sis all the way.
Uh,
Yeah. Or with my friends, I am like, okay, does everybody have everything? Oh no, I need a mint. Oh, hold on, I have some in my bag. Why do you have mints in your bag? Why wouldn't I have mints in my bag?
yeah.
Gotta be prepared. But yeah, and I'm like, so I'm the firstborn on my mom's side in terms of all the grandkids. So I'm the oldest two ways around, I guess I would say, because my dad's
Mm,
side I'm not the oldest. But with that comes a bit of hyper independence, meaning that I'm so used to, figuring out for myself, making it happen for myself. And it's not to say that my parents neglected me or didn't pay attention to me or anything like that. One,
mhm.
they're trying to figure out life themselves. I'm the first kid, so I'm basically the experiment. Two, um, but they still took really good care of me. Two, just in that Caribbean culture, you're the eldest daughter, you're the firstborn, you got little siblings, you gotta learn how to take care of them. You
Yeah.
gonna, cook for
Comes
them,
comes with
clean. You gotta
territory.
watch you gotta watch your sibling, da 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 da. Oh, Shadé didn't make me mac and cheese. Shadé, why didn't you make your sister
Oh
mac and cheese? Well,
no.
I made mac and cheese for myself. She didn't say she wanted any. Well, you the biggest sister. I remember this conversation word for word. But my dad would be like, I don't understand. But yeah, so that hyper independence comes in where I don't think to ask other people for help because I saw a video one day of someone saying, I'm the firstborn, I'm hyper independent, and I don't ask for help because I don't like to hear no. For myself, it's not so much that I don't like to hear no, it's just
Mm,
it doesn't occur to me that there are people who are willing to assist, that can assist, but they won't
mm.
know it unless I speak up or unless I
Oh,
say something because they think, okay, well, Shade got it in the back. Maybe she has somebody else taking care of these things or something of that nature. I will
mm,
say when I hear no, I feel disappointed, and I'm just like, I could have did this by myself. I could have just done this myself. But
yeah.
yes, that is one big major lesson that I learned this past season is making sure you have a team. Because I started out kind of one foot in, one foot out with, getting recruiting my friends. Hey, yeah, can we do this all together?
Yeah.
Like good old times. And they're like, yeah, yeah, yeah. But of course, for young adults, things happen, life happens, everybody's drifting apart. Come
Exactly.
down to parade week and we're trying to figure things out. My mother is just like, Shade, what all do you need help with? And so she rallied basically everybody together, and a team appeared out of nowhere. We just kind of
Mm,
all worked together. Parade day, it just came together seamlessly.
that's good.
So without them, I don't know where I would be
Mm,
at all.
that's really, yeah.
Um, yeah.
It's great. It's great because when I mean the thing is your uncle, your dad's brother, I should say,
Mm-hmm.
introduced me to your dad in order to get some work done, you know?
You talking about Uncle Duo?
Yes.
That's who I had DJing. Him and his son. Yes.
Oh, I guess it's how you pronounced it, or maybe you called him something. I did not think
I
about
said
that.
Duel the doctor, so I put emphasis on
Oh,
the doctor Anderson, and then his son is DJ Schedule. So
oh,
I'm
You see,
cracking
we
up
never
because
see them together.
I'm cracking up because everybody knows him. I don't know how, and then he just spawns everywhere. I'll just be I'm just walking around with my cousin. Calls me Shadé. I'm in Florida. You know. Well, when did you get here? What's going on? Or I'll go to my aunt's house, like not real, but like play aunt. I'll go to my aunt's house, and she's like, "Oh, your uncle Bill was just here." What do you mean he was just here? Since when was he here? So it's just so funny to know, like how
Everywhere.
everybody knows him.
Everywhere.
Oh,
Because
that is hilarious.
when he because our birthdays is close together. I think he's either
Mm-hmm.
the 6th or the same day with me or something like that. So a lot of times we used to like either celebrate together or call each other twins or stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So my train of thought left in what I was about to say, but he introduced me to your dad in order to get my EPK together. And
Mm-hmm.
that's how I end up knowing your dad through him. And then what happened? And then we met on Uber Suka Cruise and so forth. But I know him because of the Vinci culture
Mm-hmm.
and taking pictures and all of that. So because I got into that, I know a lot of DJs and promoters and all that type of stuff. So once you get into different groups of people, then you just, you know, just
It
know
just
a
happened.
bunch of other people. Yeah, yeah.
It just
But
happened.
he's a happy-go-lucky person though. He's
Oh
a
yes, he
happy-go-lucky.
is. I love him so much. I love him so much. And my cousin is something else, yo. Like I he you think Uncle Bill is a great DJ. His son is amazing. Like he is
Really?
definitely one of the rising young DJs in New York. Don't ask me how old he is because I'm not gonna lie. I don't know. I just know he's younger than me. I call all
Yeah,
of my
yeah.
baby cousins my baby cousins. He's not a baby, but like he's up there. And I was literally just reflecting on this a few days ago. I was just like it's crazy how creative of a family I come from. With like, it's crazy because I never saw this type of future for myself in which I was really tapping into my creative side, even though as a child I wanted to do fashion stuff like that.
Yeah.
My dad was always music. My mom was just, I'm gonna just work a job. She wasn't necessarily creative, so I didn't really
Yeah.
know where I got this from. But the older that I get, now I'm like, oh yeah, my whole
Now you
family
see
is
why.
creative.
Yeah,
Got all
yeah.
the uncles, the aunts, everybody
Mm-hmm.
doing something.
Mm-hmm.
But oh, I did want to shout out one more person on my team, or one more entity on my team, because I shouted out the wire bender, Mr. McSimon. I shouted out Nikki, and my mom and my dad and my uncle and my cousin. But Arlene, aka Miss Trini of Crazy Flavors Productions.
Uh,
She has been amazing. She also took me under her wing. So my dad introduced me to, I don't remember his last name, but his first name is Alton,
uh,
and he does I think it's Tropical Fets in New York. Tropical
that
Fets?
sounds familiar. Yeah.
Yes. So
I've been to it or I've heard about it. Yeah.
he used to have a mass band for Labor Day. He's no longer on the carnival scene because I called him up. I had questions. He's like, "Hey, I'm no longer on the carnival scene." He now does cultural events. So he teaches the youth, how pan. He does stilt walking for the kids. Well, not stilt walking for the kids, but the kids learn stilt walking, everything
Uh-huh.
like that. Like all the carnival things.
I
He
must
uh
know
he does
him
that.
because is it the Moko Jumbies?
Yes, yes, he does the local jumbies. So
Yeah.
they do the pop up in Times Square. I think like once a year or something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
So
I must
because
know him
he's
because I've taken pictures for them before. Yeah.
yeah, so because he's no longer in the carnival scene, he directed me to Arlene, who is still on the carnival scene. So she has Crazy Fets. Uh, it's a whole set of crazy. Like it's crazy. I said Crazy Fets, Crazy Flavors. Then there's Crazy Radio. Eat crazy, everything crazy, crazy limers. But essentially, she also took me under her wing as a mentor as well, because since she had that groundwork, or that the feet in the carnival scene on the business side and the just logistics side as well. She was definitely a great help. I partnered her with her entity last year. Crazy Limers, crazy Fetzes is so much crazy, but they're a one-stop shop. So Crazy Limers is essentially, I kind of want to call them a troop, a group of people who, they go around to different carnivals. So they participated in Delaware Carnival last year. They're doing Labor Day, I believe Atlantic City, or at least one carnival in Jersey. They're doing Baltimore, I forget, but they're doing multiple carnivals, and they have done so every year. So last year was their first with Delaware Carnival,
Mhm.
with Crazy Limers. So they were so gracious. They hooked up the transportation. So they brought their masqueraders down, a few of my masqueraders who were coming from New York down. And we just all came together. And a plus of being with them, for any listeners who are in New York and they want to know Carnival Hop, they're the people to go to. You Carnival
Mhm.
Hop, you buy your costume once, you can go in multiple carnivals.
Oh,
So you can
that's
participate
good
in
to
Labor
know.
Day, all of these different things. And they are great with transportation, and they are the ones who are sponsoring the food for next year. Arlene can cook.
Oh, nice.
So
Very nice.
they were amazing. Um, as well as Wicked Fesses Mass. They brought their team out. They had a section. I completely forgot to mention them that we had a section with them as well. But they were
Yeah.
amazing. They definitely brought the vibes. They were the life of the party. So anybody who was straggling in the back and they were just trying to hide, no, they was coming up on you. It was like, hey! They definitely helped with the
They made
family
it a
atmosphere.
vibe.
They made it a vibe. If you was quiet, you was kind of to yourself, they looking for you and they finding you and they gonna get you in order. So yeah, making
Oh
sure
my God,
nobody is
sounds
left
like so
out.
much fun.
It
So
was so much fun.
what we're gonna get into, we're gonna just take a quick break because I want to show everyone, what the mass band is about. Everything that we spoke about, you're gonna see some pictures. We're also gonna show you some coverage. So you're gonna take a quick break and we'll be right back. Keep it locked to Table Talk Show with Nikki G and my super guest, Shadé. Hold on.
What are you doing? Does that? Samantha, Angela, why me?
Back to our regular scheduled program. Table Talk.
Welcome back to Table Talk Show with Nikki G, the voice. And
And
we're here.
Shadé. Yeah, I did my blue blurt out. I'm gonna fix it for the next time. I'm gonna do something different, something ear catching.
No problem at all. So Kaiso Tribe Mas. You've taught me so much. I mean, I have so many questions, and I think we'll need to do a part two.
I was gonna say I might
But
have to come back. I would love to come back.
most definitely, because it's so much fun speaking to you. Very enlightening, especially, knowing, as I said before, knowing that, yes, you are into the Caribbean culture and so forth, but hearing it from someone, how is it really from the outside looking in, but at the same time, you're on the inside as well. You know what I mean?
Right.
Have so many people that's assisting you and teaching you about carnival and the costumes and the wire bending is just inspirational. All right, so we're gonna get to my fun part of the segment, and we're gonna do the game. I just had it here. Where did
I
it go?
love games. I'm excited.
Okay, so these are one-word answers, right? Rapid fire responses.
Oh God, my brain don't work well with that, but we'll try. I will try my best.
If I need you to explain, then I might ask you to explain, but these are like one-word answers, all right?
Okay.
I'm
Y'all
I'm
see the
kind of
worry on my
leading you
face.
in it. I'm kind of leading you into it too as well. So you'll have you'll see. All right.
Mhm.
So carnival essentials, feathers or gems?
Ooh, gems. You gotta
Uh,
sparkle.
one word that describes your creative style.
Oh my, unique.
Favorite soca artist of all times.
Of all time. Ah,
Anybody
okay.
that
Oh my.
comes to mind. Anybody that comes to mind.
Okay, you know what? I am going to. I really like voice. I really like voice.
He is, oh my God, his
He's
lyrical
great.
content, he is amazing. Mine is Cass. I just love Cass.
Oh, I love Cass
I have so
too.
many different ones, but he is really doing it, like really, really doing it, you know?
And
What's your go-to jump up song before a big project?
okay. We're gonna do. Do I want to take it back though? Oh my gosh. Okay, first song that comes to mind immediately is "Rum Sweet" by Problem Child,
Ah,
but
yeah.
I usually listen to, let's say, Soca Gold 2003 specifically.
Oh, the whole album, the whole thing.
I usually just listen to Soca Gold 2003, 2001. So that's one of those. Oh my goodness. But
Mm.
Rose Sweet is like just the first thing that comes to mind,
Oh
even
yeah.
though I don't even listen to that when I'm creating.
All right, sweet or spicy?
Sweet.
Mm. One Caribbean dish you could eat every day.
Roti.
Ah.
Roti every
Sunrise
day.
person or night owl?
I don't like being up early, but I love my sleep too. You know what? We gonna go with night owl. We're gonna go
Same
with night
here.
owl.
One thing you always pack for carnival.
Fan.
Oh yeah, you need that. If Kaiso Tribe had a tagline in one word, what would it be?
Family.
Mm. Dream carnival destination you haven't played mass in yet.
Of course, Trinidad.
Boop, boop,
Of
boop, boop.
course. Of course. Close second, Guadeloupe. My grandmother is from Guadeloupe. I would
Oh,
love to go
really?
see.
Oh, nice.
Yes. Yes.
I'd like to go. People talk a lot about Barbados. I haven't gone
Yes.
Caribbean.
Oh my
Mm.
gosh. Oh my gosh. I don't know how to say it. Because it's crop over, but then there's also
Pop
like
over.
Kadum, something like that. I don't know what
No,
it
I
is.
know, I know, I know they call it crop over, but Kuduma, I just know that as a song, so I'm not sure.
I don't know. I follow some Bayesians. I see them say it. Half the time I don't understand what they're saying. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
people. I love y'all, but I struggle with understanding y'all sometimes.
The only reason why I know that song is because of Alison Hines when she say Kaduma, ding, 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 or whatever. I
That's
probably saying
Paluma.
it wrong, but I don't want to say because I saw Puffy teaching someone the song, and he was like, "No, it's not blah blah blah. It's X, Y, and Z." So okay, let's see. Something people would be surprised to learn about you.
In one word?
Yep. Well, short
Uh,
sentence,
Short sentence. Uh,
2 words.
something people would be surprised to
Surprised to
learn
learn
about
about you.
me. You know what? If you don't know me in person, I love to say I'm vertically challenged. Basically, very short. So,
Ah.
yeah, like very, very short.
I get that. When I came out my truck or my car, people would be like, "But you're short." I'm like, "What?
Exactly.
Because of my big head or what? Like I just look tall?
Right?
Just short. You just saw this. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Cultural traditions you cherish the most.
Ooh, parang. Every Christmas season, parang.
Really?
Parang. Yes.
That is nice.
Love it. Love it, Tion.
I like it in Trinidad. Um,
Wait, what? Oh.
I like parang in Trinidad.
Mm,
This cough that I'm trying to get over. So now I'm getting the cough part of it now.
right.
Mm. A skill you wish you could instantly master.
Swimming. I can't swim to save my life. If I go to bed in the beach, I'm staying where I miss Sandy because I'm short, so I can't go out super far neither. I go out too far past the sandbar. I can't even jump with the waves. It's too tall. My little sister's like, no, you
Oh,
gotta go under the waves because it's gonna be too tall. You want me to put my head underwater and drown? No, no.
I went underwater.
I'm not going under the water. Listen, I blame my uncles. One of them, I feel like I know which one, but I don't remember exactly which one.
Threw you
One
in the
of them when
water.
I was 5. I'm short now, so I'm below the average size for a 5-year-old. We at the pool. They dropped me in what was for me the deep end of the pool, thinking I could swim. I couldn't swim. I'm at the bottom of the pool, raising the roof. Like, hello, help me out. After the, mind you, by that time, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna start learning how to swim. Da, 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 da. I was trying to learn how to float. Never again. Never again.
Oh no,
I
because
retold the story this past Thanksgiving when I went up because I hadn't seen them in 8 years or so.
yeah,
And so
yeah.
I retold the story. One of my uncles was looking kind of guilty. I was like, I feel like I know who it is. I feel like I know who it is. Because they're like, Shadé, you still cast him? No. Why do you think I got some now? I have not gotten over that trauma. And I don't know if I want to. I'm not going.
No, because you see, that is a Caribbean tradition. I don't think anybody did that to me. So I don't know the reason. No, I know the reason why. The reason why I never learned to swim because I always felt that I was bottom heavy. I was a
Mm.
size 1, but still I used to feel like I can't float because it's a here and I always had it in my mind. But the funny thing is I would go underwater and I would swim like this. And I would do that in the pool and stuff, but I just couldn't do the top. And my kids learned to swim in the tub, the bathtub. Then
That's
they
crazy.
then I took them to like professionally learn, you know? So they would learn how to swim. And then my daughter was trying to teach me how to swim, and I was like, I'm gonna sink. I dive when I was trying to learn to swim. I actually went to one of these schools in order to learn, but I just stopped. I wouldn't even tell you why. You'd be like, oh my God. But I just stopped and I never went back. But I had a challenge from a friend and she was like, that's your challenge. I learned to swim. Now you should learn. That was 5 years ago.
Hmm. Oh.
You
I
see,
mean, I will say I think it is an essential survival skill that we
it is.
probably all should learn. So I'm gonna have to make myself learn how to swim. I'd be wondering if my dog can swim. It's to the point where I don't take him to no pools or nothing because I don't know if it, but also he hates water, so I feel like he's gonna see a pool and just think it's a giant bathtub and he's not gonna want to go in. But yeah, I was looking at him like, you know what? If you were to ever like jump in a pool and you can't swim for some
Yeah,
reason, I can't save you.
yeah.
So I guess I gotta learn how to swim to be able to save you. I don't know, man.
Those were like natural swimmers or something.
I thought so too, but he hates water, so I don't know if he could swim. Like, I don't know if he ever been in water deep enough to swim. He's 8 going on 9 years old. He an old man. So
Ah,
I
you're not
I, I
sure.
don't know. I've never tested the theory. I don't know.
One word uses a one word for how you feel about the future of Caribbean creativity.
Hopeful.
Oh, explain that one.
Mm. So I say hopeful because I see it expanding even more internationally, like people being internationally recognized. Just putting some respect on the diaspora, putting some respect on the Caribbean islands because um I see a lot of people don't necessarily, well, I don't want to say a lot of people, but when it comes to talks in fashion, when you see traditional dress and different designers and things like that, I feel like the Caribbean often gets overlooked because, especially for example, at my school, at my undergrad, I went to a HBCU. So for those who don't know, that's a historically Black college. So it's full of Black people. Went
Yes.
to a HBCU, and it was to the point where the Caribbean Student Association, we wanted to have our own dance team. And we went to administration and they're like, well, we don't need one because the African Student Association already has one. So just, join up with them. And we're like, it's not the same culture. And they're like, but don't you come, like, doesn't the Caribbean come from Africa? I'm like, well, now I have a response for that. At the time, I did not have a response for it. We just argued down that it's a completely different culture, and it's because the ASA also danced to dance hall and stuff as well, because they kind of figures, like, well, there's no Caribbean dance scene, so we can dance to these songs as well. But now, if they were to hit me with that now the answer I would give is, you come from Africa too, but are you gonna join the dance team? Are you gonna participate in the African Student Association dance team? No, it's different cultures. So
Different.
I feel like the Caribbean is often overlooked when it comes to these cultural conversations, whether it's through our dances, whether it's through fashion, art, just for whatever reason. So I feel like I see it being recognized more on an international stage, and this respect being put on the name. Like when I was flying back, I binge watched Carnival Catwalk. I'm just like, this is amazing. They might have some things to work on a little bit in terms of editing, but it was really good. I loved it, and I love that they had international people from different countries on the show, where it's just like, mind you, I don't know who won, so don't ask me. I didn't finish watching the series, but
Yeah.
um, it, the people who did come from international, whether it's Germany, someone came from some African country. I don't know. I want to say Botswana. Don't know, but they'll go back to their home countries and they'll talk about this experience. They'll say what it was like designing, being in Trinidad, visiting, designing costumes, just being immersed in the culture of carnival. Like, this is I don't want to say free advertising, but it's just like it spreads essentially. That's
Yeah.
basically why I say I feel hopeful. I see a lot of carnivals getting more popular on social media because of influencers. Eh, but but hopefully, if people go with the intention of, having a good time and not just going to, take pictures and look cute for an Instagram moment, but actually participating and having a good time, then I feel like
Yeah.
the culture will spread, and it keeps it alive. That's a big thing, keeping things alive.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. Keeping it motivating. Um,
hmm
what advice would you give your younger self?
there is so much that I could tell my younger self, but right now it would be bet on yourself and give yourself more credit. Give yourself more credit than what you already give yourself. Basically, believe in yourself, because other people believe in you. You may not verbally hear it all the time, but people expect great things from you, whether you know it or not. You should be expecting greatness from yourself. I've always been the type of student where it would be parent teacher conference time. They're like, she could just be an A student if she just, applied herself, or she's on the cusp. It's just that, she could just do XYZ 1 2 3, and a lot of it came from just, I don't want to diagnose myself with anxiety, but just, the general anxieties of growing up, not believing in myself, things of that nature. Um, and especially with this carnival experience, and just seeing how many people really show up and trust in you and believe in you blindly, because that was our first year. People gave me their hard-earned money, and they just showed up to the house expecting the costume, expecting this, that, and the third, and they came, and I was able to produce, even though there was a lot of pressure. It's like, whoa, people are doing this literally. They haven't met me. This is sight unseen, but they trust you. So why don't you have that trust in yourself to be able to do the things that you want to do, and
Yeah.
apply yourself the way that you should be applied. I tend
Mm-hmm.
to self-sabotage, shy away from putting my full effort into things, or I'll say I used to, because I'm like, what if I fail, or oh, I don't know what happens, because now people will probably like expect more from me. People already do, so just do it.
Yeah.
Just do it.
I have a family member who she does a lot for the community, right? And a lot for women as well. And she was featured, well, she gets featured in a lot of different articles and stuff like that. But she's into finance,
Right.
and let me see, she did a wrap up, the Raps Power Women Summit 2025. All right.
Mm.
And there's something that she wrote on her status. Sometimes when people write statuses, sometimes you look at it and it's like, I wonder if they're talking about me. But
Right.
this is in general, right? It's a general statement. And if it hits you a certain way, it's because maybe you're guilty of it. So you take it
Mm-hmm.
with a grain of salt. Is either you say, well, you know what? I think I need to do this because I've been talking about it and I haven't done it. So she said this: I wish some people would just stop talking about it and go ahead and leap, land, level up, then repeat that you're capable word.
Literally.
Yeah, and it's true.
Literally.
Sometimes you find yourself, like, I would put a status and I'll be like, do it. Nobody else could do it for you. Do this, do that. Sometimes I'm talking to myself
Mm-hmm.
because I haven't done it. Sometimes I'm just basically talking to other people because of my experience and saying, go ahead and do what you gotta do. My mom raised me saying, um, don't wait for anyone to do something for you, do it to yourself. And that always rings in my head. My dad always said, don't accept late, what? Don't accept late, what do you call it? Invites. So if
I was
someone
about to
tell
say
you,
that.
oh, come, they have a party or whatever, and they now inviting you, he was like, don't take it. I
They
was a
wasn't thinking
different
of you in the
person.
first place.
I was just happy to be invited in any case because I'm
Right? I'm just like, oh, you might be seeing a party. Yeah, I'll come through.
you know. But that one thing my mom said always stuck to me. So I was always a go-getter in the sense where, or even in the house or doing things and stuff, I would do it quicker. Like what you were saying, that you would do things quicker than you asking someone because you think, you just do it yourself. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Yeah. Okay, so my last question for the game is if heaven had a gate, a stairs for you to walk up to, what question would you ask God to tell you, or what advice would you ask him to give you?
Mm. That's such a good one. Um, dang. It's like, dang, I can only ask you one question, guys.
I'll give you two.
I I'll stick with the one. I'll stick with the one because now I'm having trouble thinking of two. So I would ask him to show me how he sees me, because
Mm,
I feel like a lot of the time, I'll say for myself specifically, I could be pretty harsh on myself, or look down on myself, or just like, dang, I'm not doing good enough, or I'm not, doing what I need to do as your daughter, this and the third.
mm-hmm.
But he created all of us individually. He created us with a purpose. And someone said, um, when essentially, but I'm gonna paraphrase it. When
Mm-hmm.
God made the plan for your life, He took into account all the stupid stuff that you would do. He took into account how your brain is, how you are as a person, and He
Yeah.
still gave that plan anyways. So it's not so much that you have to change yourself or change the core essence of who you are,
Mm-hmm.
but more so like, okay, how can I use how I am to align into his will, and get the best life that he has for me out
As
here.
you planned,
I
yeah.
wasn't doing that before. Now I'm taking leaps. I'm risking everything. Pretty fun. I'm very much a stay in the background, stay in the shadow type of person. But I'm doing an interview. What? This is fun. I have enjoyed this a lot.
But
And it's something that I just never thought that I would be, I won't say capable of doing, but just able to do.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, trust, you're doing better than I would.
Thank you.
Because I remember doing a phone interview and I was shy and it was on the phone. And the thing is, people tend to say sometimes you get scared of certain things, and that is what's keeping you back from doing what you really want to do, you know?
Mhm.
Just go for it.
You
And
gotta go
as
for
far
it.
as I see, it's like you know what you want, you immerse yourself in it. We live and learn and we do what we gotta do. And everything is a learning lesson, you know. I'm not gonna do everything right the first time. The second time, the third time, I might probably falter, but I'm learning every single time, you know.
Exactly.
So yeah, yeah.
Exactly. This was a fun game. I like this. It made my brain like I had to think but also not think at the same time.
You did well. You did well. Give yourself a round of applause.
Yeah, I'm trying not to show my nails. My personal ones kind of fell off, people. I was trying to redo them for y'all, but then I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna just work on not talking with my hands as much today. So yeah.
Oh,
Uh
watch. This show is about realness and my
yeah.
nails. I people might probably think it's a fashion, but I literally took off two. It's not green.
Oh,
It
I
looks
definitely
like
did think it was fashion. I didn't even realize that they were different colors for
exactly.
real.
That's the good about people don't really know. So like it looks
No.
like I have one on my I don't it needs doing. Right. So, I mean, it was such a pleasure speaking to you. I do have a couple of questions. We're just going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we'll wrap it up. But I want you to, maybe anyone give people an insight, anyone who's probably trying to get into making a band of their own or probably experiencing the culture, right?
Mhm.
Give us some advice as a business owner, as well as someone who just wants to put themselves in the culture. Any
My
type of
top
advice.
two, my top two are, I'll say three. Top three. Research, write everything, write everything down. Like literally, y'all probably can't use this, but like everything from the past year and some change is all in here. If
Mm,
I had to spread in between, different Google Docs, this, that,
yeah.
write it all down, pen and paper, as well as just do it, execute, because I was sitting on these ideas for a while. I planned Kaiso, I think at the very either at the very beginning of 2024 or at the very end of 2023 is when I
Mm,
started laying the groundwork for it. But I
mm,
didn't start putting things into action until the top of 2025. You know how hard it
mm.
is to try to plan a whole carnival for your first time in like 6, 7 months is insane. But to think about how much farther we could have gone, or what more I could have done, or how much more relaxed I could have been if I put things into action earlier. So it comes to a point where it's like, okay, you've done the research, you've written things down, you gotta get it in motion like ASAP. And once you start getting things in motion, everything is gonna fall into place. You'll learn, you'll make mistakes, you'll hit some road bumps, but at least you're learning and doing these things earlier as opposed to trying to get things together at the very last minute. You realize, oh, I can't participate, or oh, this is not gonna work out. Things like that. Those are my top
And
three.
every year,
Research, right?
yeah,
Exactly. And
and
now I have
every year
all these
gets
things to look
better.
back on for this year, for next year, all these things.
Mm. When coming to, because I noticed I didn't ask this question, and I'm sure people would like to know. When
Mhm.
it comes to suppliers, maybe you had mentioned it before, but when it comes to supplying, let's say the wires and the material and so forth, I mean, is it very easy for you to get a supplier? Was it word of mouth, like somebody gave you a referral, or you did your own research and you had your
I
everything come?
did I did research. I did have a little bit of, I want to say, experience in a sense, because in college we did like a, oh, make your own carnival costume party. So we did the best with what we knew. A lot of us were first generation Caribbean American, and a lot of us had never been to a carnival before in our
Okay.
lives. But we did the best that we could do, and I knew at the very minimum I needed wire to do backpacks. I needed someone to bend the wire,
Yeah.
and I need like a swimsuit, a bra, panty, or something. So I took that information and I ran with it. I was researching like the different cuts and types and things of that nature. Certain things I realized, okay, these things I'd have to sew, or a lot of things. Honestly, you could outsource a lot of things to China. The amount of costumes you see on Alibaba and AliExpress, if you just wanted to be like, I don't want to do no work, I just want to order
Yeah.
everything,
Yeah.
Alibaba, AliExpress.
I
Um,
haven't heard, you know, it's been a while since I heard about Alibaba, so it's still around.
it is. So and what ends up happening is so a lot of designers don't necessarily they might not be equipped to do a big production depending on how big the band is. So the
Mhm.
designers themselves will take the technicals, whatever sketches, whatever tech packs or flat lays and things of that nature, the measurements, they will send it over to China, or to they'll do a call on Alibaba with different vendors and things like that, do samples, and then that just gets taken care of. So the designer is just in charge really of, in that case, designing the prototype, especially for photo shoots and things of that nature. But
Mhm.
other than that, you ain't seeing the costume what it looks like until whenever it comes in from Alibaba and then people. Um, and yeah, so suppliers are fairly easy to find. It's hard to find the people who do the things or who put the things together. But finding bras, gems, feathers, things like that, it's easy. But the people who actually put the things together, it is difficult unless you live in, say, New York. But even here, I thought in South Florida it would have been easy, but I ain't really find too many people doing stuff. I'm like, hold on, this Miami Carnival, where everybody at
So
Carnival Commission, they like, we outsource. We go to Alibaba or we go to Trinidad. Is
oh,
one of the two. I don't have no connects in Trinidad who is in the carnival scene.
mm,
My people are more so in music or radio and things like that. I mean, they might know somebody, but
yeah, Mike,
I
yeah,
I was like, that's too much to try to figure out over WhatsApp and everything. I'm gonna figure it out.
yeah,
So
stuff, yeah. Do you ever do
yeah.
band launches?
So I wanted to do a band launch last year. Like I wanted to do a physical one because I know people want to see costumes in person. I was not able to. But the goal for 2026 is to definitely have a physical band launch in Delaware at the very minimum. I personally would love to do a little Kaiso tour and
Yeah.
take it from Delaware to maybe a party in Philly, a party in Baltimore, something in New York, so people can see, like, these are the main markets for Delaware Carnival. Majority of the masqueraders were not
Mhm.
from Delaware. They're from New York, Baltimore, Philly, etc. So
Mm,
taking it to those markets as well so that people can see, feel, touch,
yeah,
and just experience. I'm not really a party person, so I might have to what is that called? I might have to
do a daytime something or something.
do a daytime something, or
Yeah,
if I really do want to do a party thing, I'm gonna have to delegate that to somebody else to take care. Yeah, you know what goes into a party. Can you just run a party for me, please? I'll
yeah,
attend, but I don't know what all goes into having the party. So, but
yeah,
band launches is something that I definitely want to do. That is something that we missed out on last year. Was all of our customers were from word of mouth and social media. The Delaware Carnival Committee has a lot of in-person physical events, like they have uh well, I don't think this is directly connected to the Carnival Committee, but this is from a sister organization, I believe. They have the Reggae in the Park Festival, which is a free festival that happens in Delaware. I believe this is their third or fourth year doing it.
hmm,
Who did they bring this year? I think they brought Mr. Vegas this year, but
mm,
the first year or something they did it, I was like,
big
hold
act.
on, where was
Yeah.
I? Um, But going to those events and the different Delaware Caribbean Carnival events that are planned throughout the year, things like that, other bands had opportunities to be vendors and have tables and do registration and sign ups, and they had the costumes and things right there. And then I wasn't there, so I missed out on a lot of people. But 2026, we in there. We're showing up. Y'all will get to see this. It's not my lovely face, my mother's lovely face. You'll see somebody. You'll see somebody from this family.
But being that you are in
Florida.
Florida, have you thought of doing something in Florida?
I have. The only thing is, I don't know. I see. I think that's where that belief, them limiting beliefs, and the self sabotage comes. It's just like, oh, I don't really know anybody down here. I don't really know the party scene. I don't know. I don't know about that. And it's like, oh well, who's gonna come to Delaware, for Delaware Carnival? But
Mm.
one thing that I will say to sell Delaware Carnival is this: listen, if you cannot make spice, you can't make it in a carnival, it's the same weekend. You don't got the money or y'all can't book a hotel, y'all could definitely do a $50 flight on a Velo from Fort Lauderdale right directly into
Ooh, that's what I'm
Delaware. We have
saying.
an
Yeah.
airport now. So if you want a carnival experience, but you can't make it to Spice Mass, you might not have the budget for it, Delaware Carnival. We don't got the prettiest beaches, but we got some beaches, we got some good food for the
Yeah.
most part.
But people would
My friend,
definitely come for the food.
we
Definitely
got
come.
we got some good food and we got great vibes. So that's what I'm gonna say. Come to Delaware. Yeah, I know I said it was boring, but honestly, the whole week is a great week. They have Juve, they have Carnival, they have Dollar Fete, all sorts of things going on that happen in that week.
Table Talk is now in session. Now in session. Now in session.
Listen.
Welcome back to Table Talk Show with Nikki G, the voice. We had a full show.
Very full.
I'm so appreciative of you and everything that you've taught us. I mean, there's so many questions. I know people have questions out there. If anyone needs to reach you, a question that I did have actually, I was actually learning about this AI brand and AI and what it's doing and what people are doing and so forth. And I learned that anything that you're skilled in, you could literally make your own AI representative. I don't know if you've heard of that, and you could make money from that. You could sell it. And as a brand owner, I just wanted to say this. You could actually do something like that where people go in and you could teach them everything about it if they have questions and stuff like that. Would you actually do a class on what you know if people wanted to learn? Like, let's say if they want to come to your brand and learn about, you know, making the costumes, would you ever do that?
I definitely would. I definitely would. I will say I don't know how in depth I would go because I'm still learning how to make things like myself in terms of, actual construction of garments and things like that. But I
Mhm.
definitely would just I would definitely do classes. Most definitely, most definitely.
Yeah.
I'm
Or
I'm
maybe a tour
starting
or something.
what'd you say? Or
Maybe a tour. Uh,
yeah.
let's say if they come Delaware and they want a tour of, uh, let's say if you have a structure or something like that, or if they want to
Oh yeah,
come to,
they could tour my little mini mass camp. I take over my mom's office. First 2 weeks of August, her office is my office. It's
Uh-huh.
it's gems, feathers, leaves, everything
Nice.
everywhere.
That's beautiful. Where do you see Kaiso Tribe Mass in, let's say, 5 years from now?
I definitely see us expanding outside of Delaware Carnival. Um, again, because Delaware is so small, I do believe that, well, there has to be kind of a cap on how many masqueraders, period,
Mhm.
can participate in Delaware Carnival. But I would love to expand beyond Delaware Carnival to even the neighboring states, or even if you wanna try to take Miami, you know, this just expanding really. I definitely see that, and just providing an experience for just many people across many different generations
Mm.
over. Um, I definitely see that.
Great, great. Is there anything else you'd like to tell our audience in reference to yourself or the mass man? Um, I know I definitely want you to give them your handles again, and then any other advice you want to give or any information.
Okay, I'll start with the advice first. Remember what I said. Research, write everything down. Most important step is to execute, even if you don't have all the research, even if you don't know all the things, because there are some things that you can only find out by doing. If you ever want to reach me for anything, I am an open book. Feel free to contact me at Kaiso. Remember, Kaiso is Kaiso. I have to envision the letters in my head. Kaiso Tribe Mas on my social media handles. That is on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, even though I should use TikTok more often. But shoot me a DM. It might take me a little while to see it, but I will see it, and I'm more than happy to answer literally anything. Even if you want to start your own band, if you want to design, if you want to be a designer for us, always welcoming inquiries, and I love to answer questions. Um, let me see. And then if you are interested in learning more about the band itself in terms of being a masquerader, partnering with us or anything like that, definitely reach out to me either on those social media handles, or another way to reach out to me is through my email. So it's my first name, Shadé, Shade, at kaisotribe.com. Just email me there. I will see it. I check it every day. I mostly get like advertisements, but if I see a person, oh yeah, you definitely get it written back. So any questions that you have, whether it's general inquiries, wanting to be a masquerader, anything like that, reach me through email or through my social media handles, and I'll be sure to get back to you.
Very good. So today we didn't just talk about carnival, we explored culture as a healing, creativity as legacy, and community as a powerful engine for global impact. A huge thank you to you, Sade, and just for being here and everything that you do. I want to applaud you. Keep on pushing, keep on going. Do you, as I said, you live and you learn. You're young, you're energetic. Just do what you have to do and keep on thriving.
Thank
And
you.
I
And I want
wish
to
you
thank
the
you
best
so
of luck in
much.
everything. You're welcome.
Thank you. I say thank you so much for just literally everything, giving me this platform, giving me a chance. I really, really, truly appreciate it. And one last final shout out to the Kaiso crew, the Kaiso team. Y'all know who y'all are. Kaiso to the world. Big shout out to Crazy Flavors, Wicked Mass, Wicked Fetches Mass. Child, it's late. But Sam, love you, girl. Okay. I'm gonna put the pictures up so they gonna know who y'all are. And of course, my family, daughter, Dr. Anderson, DJ Schedule, Musalog Music Radio, my mom, aka Mama Joe, everybody. Thank y'all so much. Oh, and the Kaiso crew, like the whole masquerader. We still in the WhatsApp together. We still talk sometimes. Love y'all so much. Y'all are amazing. Thank y'all.
You're welcome. Keep it locked to Table Talk Show with Nikki G the Voice. The show is every Saturday at 10 a.m. All right. Take it. Well, I'll ask you to take us out.
Okay. All right. Okay, I'm gonna put on my best. Do I want to go radio or do I want to go Disney Channel? All right, I'm gonna go Disney Channel for all my Gen Zers and millennials out there. Okay. All right. My name is Shadé with Kaiso Tribe, and you are listening or watching to Nikki G, the Voice Tabletop Podcast. Only on, is it on the live? What are we on? On all of your streaming platforms, available now. That's the Disney. But keep it locked in. You'll hear with Shadé of Kaiso Tribe, Nikki G, the voice, the legend, the icon. Keep it locked into Tabletop. Bow.
Till next time, people.
Table Talk Show with Nikki G, the voice. It's cheeky, baby. Cheeky, baby.
Friday, look how we always working. The weekend come and we searching for a good time. Stress on my mind and I need somewhere to release it. So DJ turn up the music, yeah, we feel nice.
Chicken.
Somebody say